Good morning, student. In today's lecture, we are going to study about the distinctive characters of class Mammalia, underclass Mammalia, order Metatheria. Okay. The subclass Theria constitute the modern mammals. Okay, and this group includes three infraclasses: probably the ancestral Jurassic Pentotheria, that will refer to as a three tuberculata, that is marsupial Metatheria, and the placental Eutheria. So subclass Theria will constitute three important infraclass that will include the one first is the Pentotheria, then marsupial Metatheria, and the placental Eutheria, the most highly organized and advanced mammals. Okay, Metatheria and the Eutheria are presumed to have arisen from some untraced branch of the Jurassic Pentotherians. Okay, and both diverged along their separate lines of evolution during early Cretaceous period. In the Upper Cretaceous period, the marsupials were more numerous than the Eutherians. It was possibly during Cretaceous that marsupial entered New Guinea, Australia, and adjacent islands, which were isolated from the Asia. Okay, and this have taken place in a late Cretaceous period. Okay, they were able to survive free from the competitions with Eutherians, and it is probably that the basic stock was arboreal. Then, though many have become terrestrial, that is, tree kangaroos have become secondary arboreal from a fully terrestrial offshoots. Okay, whereas the Metatheria were widely distributed over many parts of the world as recently as the Miocene period. Okay, but they are now confined to the Australian regions except New Zealand, then to the South America, and few species to the North America. Okay, so thus we will only in today's lecture we will just concentrate on the Metatheria. Okay, the distribution, the distinctive characters, like distribution, almost all the this Metatherians are found only in the Australian regions, and few are found in America. Okay, that is island of nearby like South America, and few species to the North America. Okay, then habits and habitat. Marsupials are the terrestrials and carnivorous. Okay, that is for example the native cats, then Tasmanian devil, marsupial wolf are the terrestrial and carnivorous. Terrestrials and herbivorous kangaroos, then arboreal and insectivorous like this tree kangaroos. Okay, then arboreal phalangers or the opossums, and semi-arboreal Phascogeal and pouched rat and mice, then pouchless marsupials, and banded anteaters. Okay, these are burrowing deserts marsupials. There are also burrowing deserts marsupials like mole and bandicoots, then the flying and climbing phalangers. Okay, some marsupials are herbivorous, for example kangaroos, then insectivorous, carnivorous like thylacines and deciduous, then omnivorous. Some are diurnal, and some are nocturnal. Okay, they are warm-blooded, air-breathing, viviparous, pouched animal. Okay, then we'll see the external features. The body of the marsupials will be covered by a hair. Then the pinna is well developed. The body of the marsupials are covered with the hair. Then the pinna, that is the external ear, is well developed, but this external ear is absent in a mole. Okay, the tail is generally long and prehensile, and it is very important in important organ of balance in a kangaroo rats. Okay, and also in a jumping mice. Then mammary glands are modified sebaceous glands which will be have an elevated nipples, and in females usually they will be having a marsupial pouch or marsupium. Okay, where the young ones are nourished. Okay, this marsupium will encloses the nipples. Okay, that is the opening or of the mammary gland. Okay, and the number of teats or nipples will be related to the number of teats bears or relation to the number of young produced at the birth. Okay, then the exoskeleton. The exoskeleton will be having an ectodermal structure, the hair derived from the Malpighian layer of the epidermis and the claws. Okay, and skin will contains number of glands, that is a sweat gland, sebaceous glands and scent gland. These glands which are found on the skin all are exocrine gland, that is sweat gland, sebaceous gland and scent gland. They are exocrine glands, and these sweat glands are glands that produces and secretes substances onto the epithelial surface by the way of a ducts. Okay, and they will secrete a sweat. Okay, then whereas the sebaceous gland, the sebaceous gland is also an exocrine gland, and it opens into the hair follicles to secrete the oily and the waxy material called as a sebum, that is sebum, sebum. Okay, and which will lubricates the hair and skin of the most of the mammals. Okay, then this sebaceous gland is usually attached to the hair follicles and release the fatty substances. Okay, that is sebum into the follicular duct, and thus the surface of the skin opens. These ducts will be opening at the surface of the skin. Okay, whereas the scent glands are also an exocrine gland found in mammals only, and they produces semi-viscous secretions which contains the hormones which will be contains hormones and other semiochemical compounds, and these are order messages. Indicates the information such as the status, territorial marking, mood and sexual power. Okay, the order may be subliminal, not consciously detectable. Okay, so this is about the glands which will be opening at the skin and which forms the part of the exoskeleton. Then the body cavity will be having a typical muscular diaphragm which will divide the body cavity into thorax and abdominal cavities. Okay, then next is the endoskeleton. Endoskeleton in the marsupials will consist of skull, girdles, vertebral columns and hind limbs and forelimbs. Okay, the first is the skull. The skull is dicondylic. Dicondylic means the skull will be having two occipital condyle, and with the help of these two condyles, skull is connected by a first vertebra of the vertebral column, that is an atlas, and this type of skull is said to be an dicondyle skull. Okay, then the brain case is very small, orbit and the temporal fossa fully confluent, and no post-orbital bar is present. Okay, bony palate is incomplete posteriorly, whereas jugal bones reaches back so as to participate in the formation of glenoid cavity for articulation of the lower jaw. Then lacrimal bone extend outside the orbit, whereas the tympanic bulla is absent. Tympanic, periotic and squamosal remain separated. Okay. Then this sphenoid assist in forming the bulla. The lower jaw, consisting of a single dentary, has inflected or interned inner angle to which large lateral pterygoid muscles is attached. Okay. Then about vertebral column, the odontoid process fuses early with the axis, then cervical ribs with their respective vertebrae. Then 7 cervical vertebra is pierced by a foramen of the vertebral artery. Then the presence of 13 rib-bearing thoracic vertebrae has in similar to that of the placental, that is eutherians. Then the 7 lumbars are usual. Then sacrum has 2 vertebrae. Caudal region is short, and the chevron bones are generally present in the caudal vertebrae, except a colla and wombats. Then girdles, in pectoral girdles, coracoid is reduced, as in placentals, and scapula enlarged and provide with the spine. Then clavicle is present except in a bandicoot. There is no interclavicle bone is present. The pelvic girdle, okay, pelvic means abdominal, okay, pectoral means at the shoulder. Okay, the epipubic bones projects forward from the pubis in all, and these are represented by the small cartilage. The thigh lacinius bone is represented by a small cartilage. Then limbs, the forearm bones are separate and generally adapted for the pronation and the supination. Okay. The pronation and the supinations mean, pronation means that when you walk, your weight tends to be more on the inside of your foot, whereas supination means when you walk, your weight tend to be more on the outside of your foot. Okay, thus these two terms are used to describe the up and down orientation of a hand, arms or foot. Okay. Then the thumb is not opposable, but the 2 inner digits of the hand can frequently be opposed to the 3 outer inner, for which will help in grasping. Okay. Then hand with the 5 clawed digit, except in this chiropus and the carpus, is without centrally. In hind limb, what happened? There are 5 digits. Fibula is free and can be rotated on the tibia. Okay, and in some cases first digit can be used as a thumb. Okay, hallux is frequently absent. Second and third digits in most cases slender and united by a skin, that is syndactyly. Okay. Then about the digestive system, only one set of the teeth is functional throughout the life, with the exception of the milk molar, which is replaced by the last premolar. Okay, whereas the other teeth will be having only one set of teeth. Okay, incisors are more numerous than in the placentals, whereas 3 premolars and the 4 molars as against the 4 molar and 3 molars in placental, means in eutherians. Okay, then dentition in opossum is, incisors is 3/4, canine is 1/1, premolar is 3/3 and molar is 4/4, whereas the stomach is usually simple, but in kangaroo it has elongate and sacculated. Okay, cecum is usually present but absent in Dicerus. Okay. Respiration, circulation and excretory system. Respiration, circulatory and excretory system are typically similar to that of the other mammalians. Okay, respiration by lungs. Heart is without the fossa ovalis. Auriculo-ventricular valve are membranous and attached to the papillary muscles by a chordae tendineae. Okay. Then about nervous system, brain is relatively smaller as compared to the body. Okay, olfactory bulbs are large, corpus callosum is absent, and the anterior commissures connects the two corpora striata. Then the nerve bands present in the lateral walls and floor of the paracels. Then the lateral ventricles of cerebrum is large. Okay, whereas cerebral hemisphere surface is highly convoluted. Cerebellum is small and simple, and cornea of the internal ear is spirally coiled. About the reproductive system, the reproductive system will be having in male there is no vesiculae seminales are present, whereas the testes are descended in a scrotal sac. Okay, whereas in females the Mullerian ducts are separate posteriorly and open separately into the urinogenital sinus. Okay, and the rectum and the urinogenital sinus open together in a common cloaca, and cloaca is longer in the female than in the male. Okay, about the reproductive system, that is they will be having openings for the Mullerian ducts is separate. Okay, but for the oviduct, uterus and the vagina, they will opens at one side. Okay, whereas the other forms like anterior part of the vagina gives off backwardly directed diverticula. The two will meet in the midline as a sinus vaginalis, and this will extend up to in front, that is at the end of the urinogenital sinus, and at this end there is the blind point. Okay, until when the young is born or during the parturition time, this end will remain blind. Okay, but during the parturition time, when the young one is born, it will opens up. Okay, and in some forms, like for example in the Macropodidae, the hind end acquires an opening into the urinogenital sinus during the parturition time. Okay, whereas in Clitoris it is become double. Okay, then about the development, females are viviparous. Viviparous means what? When the young one develop inside the body of the mother or female. Okay, so female are viviparous. The egg is yolky and covered with the albumen and the shell membrane. This development of this yolk take place inside the body of the mother. Okay, cleavage is unequal. Placenta is of yolk sac type. Vascular wall of the yolk sac is in the contact with the somewhat hypertrophied uterine wall. Okay, and for example in Bandicoot, what happened? There is an allantois that develop a nutritive function to some extent. Also the embryos which are born very young, as little as 8 days from the conception in the opossum, then they are developed in the pouch after the young one, the birth, parturition, or after the they move out of the body of the female. The embryo are then nourished, okay, in the or developed into the pouch, and this pouch will be having an attached teats. That's the mammary gland will be provided with teats, and the young stays in the pouch for around 8 to 9 months, and mother remains in a lactational period, means the mother is feeding, the nourishing the young one. Okay, that is lactational period. Okay, so this is about the distinctive characters of the infraclass Metatheria. Example is marsupial, which will be the organism having the marsupium, that is a pouch. Okay, the pouch is present for the nourishment of the young one. Okay, in our next video we are going to see the affinities of the Metatheria. Okay, thank you students.